Hello travelers, and welcome back to Orlando Experience. With the opening day of Epic Universe approaching so fast, I thought we would take you around the park, and we're going to show you all the merchandise locations. So we're going to be taking a look at all the shops and merchandise locations all around the park. We're going to be mainly focusing on the main ones. Obviously, those like tiny carts that are kind of around, we're going to kind of avoid. There is a couple exceptions to that rule, but for the most part, those have merch that are in another shop, or you're just kind of walking past and you might grab something if it does catch your eye. We are going to be starting off here in Celestial Park at Other Worlds Mercantile, right off to the left side, and then we'll make our way all the way around. Welcome to Other Worlds Mercantile. This is going to be our end-all be-all kind of shop at the front of the park. So this is kind of you're either leaving, you want to grab stuff, or you're coming in and you want to grab stuff. I would always suggest grabbing stuff, though, at the end of the day. Don't haul it around with you all day. But this is going to kind of have mostly all the merch in the park. There's a few exceptions, obviously, to that rule. But this will have most of the merch in the park from all the four lands, including Celestial Park and our Epic Universe merch. This shop is overall really cool. I really like the spinning like stargazer in the middle. And just, again, very beautiful shop. You'll see that. I'll talk about that plenty throughout this video. How just beautiful all these shops are done. Some more than others, but I do like this shop a lot. I think it works very well as a front shop. So if you're looking for anything in particular when you're walking out, or even if you're just looking around, as soon as you come in the morning right before you can enter the park, this is a good spot to stop. Connected to Other Worlds Mercantile is Moonship Chocolates and Celestial Sweets. This has been a very popular spot because this is where Universal's newest character that's been a fan favorite is, Captain Cacao. So this is all themed around his ship, and he's a little bear that travels around to all of the different worlds in his ship to collect ingredients for different sweets and chocolates. Obviously, as soon as you walk in, you'll see that you're supposed to be inside the ship. It's got the decor for it, and if you look straight towards the back behind the counter, there is like screens that kind of look like you're looking out. There is some merch for both Moonship chocolates in here and some Captain Cacao merch, but it's mainly themed around kind of being a bakery with different candies that are either prepackaged or made fresh in the counter. So obviously, again, there's packaged candy all around, and I have had some of this, and they've been very good so far. I think all of it's super unique too. If you actually get a chance to go in there, you'll see some very unique items. I've had a strawberry like chocolate truffle, and it was very good. But if you look towards the middle, obviously there's a like bakery type display case that has tons of different options on both sides. Again, some of them themed to the different lands, some of them not, some of them just generic. But everything I've had in here so far has been very good, and it's a very cool spot to stop at the front. And if you're looking for some sweets or a little treat to bring home at the end of the night, this is a great stop and a very cute bear. Now we're going to continue down the path, and if we keep heading forward, we're going to see our first portal into Super Nintendo World. So we're going to be heading up the escalators all the way into the land, and then we're going to be looking straight across the way right towards Mario Kart Bowser's Challenge. We're going to be heading to the exit gift shop of this ride called Mario Motors. With this shop being the exit to Mario Kart, obviously you expect that kind of theme, and you definitely get it. So this has a very pit stop feel, end of the race feel, so there's like some finish line stuff all throughout here. This is going to have some Mario Kart merch, but also is going to have some of the generic Nintendo merch for the park. There is going to be power-up bands in here, but one thing I did want to point out is how cool this store looks if you look up. If you look up towards the ceiling, it does have a really cool mural on top, and if you look all around the trim, there is some like fake ads for some different in-world companies. I just think it's really cool that they do this much with details. Again, you're not expecting much out of the shop. You're kind of exiting the ride here and you're just looking for any merch. You are going to find, again, some special Mario Kart merch that I believe is only in this shop. So if you're looking for anything specifically Mario Kart, this is going to be your stop. But otherwise, there is one other big store down towards the front of the land. The main gift shop for this land is going to be called One Up Factory, and that's going to be kind of in the main plaza. You'll see two entrances for it on the right side as you're heading back to Donkey Kong Country. This is a very cool gift shop. This is obviously going to be kind of your generic land merch. There is, again, some special stuff in here if you really look hard, but this is going to be your kind of grab all kind of shop where it's going to have most of the Nintendo merch, if not all of it, in the park. So if you're looking for anything in particular, there's a good chance you will find it in this shop. I love the theme of this shop. It's obviously supposed to be a factory with its name, and I just love all the stuff being built and all the props all around and the screens. It just, again, looks really, really great. And I really love that Universal does such heavy theming with their shops and dining. And finally, we're going to be heading back to Donkey Kong Countries to Funky's Fly and Buy. So this is just kind of an outdoor buying thing, but if you're looking for anything Donkey Kong specific, this is going to be your spot. It's all themed to like a down plane, and then its side is opened up. And again, it's mainly outdoors. You're not going to find a ton of merch here, but if you are looking for anything Donkey Kong related, I'm sure you're going to find it in this spot back here in Donkey Kong Country. And now we're going to be heading out of Super Nintendo World, and this is the only major land with a shop outside of it. So we're going to be heading out right off to the side to Nintendo Superstar Store. I want to point out immediately how pretty this store is. It's one of my favorites in the park. I just think the theming and the look of it is so unique, and it's obviously kind of themed to Celestial Park too, with it being outside of the land. So the merch in this store is going to be a little bit more generic Super Nintendo World merch, with even like a shirt that just says Super Nintendo World. You can, again, find some stuff you might be looking for in here. So if you're outside the land, you don't want to head inside, just check in here. You might find something you want. Again, I want to mention how absolutely beautiful the inside of the store is. You can see stained glass and some like murals on the ceiling that look like constellations. Again, it's just so pretty. There's so many references to different Nintendo properties in here, and obviously the biggest one being Zelda. That has been a big rumor now that we might be getting Zelda in Super Nintendo World at some point, and this obviously backs that rumor up just a little bit, with Zelda and the Master Sword all being throughout this shop. Again, this is a super cool shop. I would suggest just heading inside this shop, even if you don't plan to buy anything, just because I think this is one of the prettiest shops in the park. So if you're just looking for something to do real quick or just walking by, I would suggest just heading in here and looking around. Now that we're done with the Nintendo stores, we're going to be heading forward, and there isn't a whole lot in between the lands, so we're going to be heading straight into Dark Universe. We're going to be rounding the corner into Darkmoor. As soon as we round the corner, on the left side, there is the monster makeup experience. So if you're interested in getting that done, you're getting some makeup in the park, you're getting more of a professional job. It is a little bit pricey, but if you're willing to do that, just right off to the left side here. And the first gift shop we come to is Pretorius Scientific Oddities. And yes, I had to look up how to say that. It's a tiny gift shop here at the front that is connected to the makeup experience. And it does have some tie-ins with that, with having a lot of the kids' monster costumes in this location, and some of the adult ones too. So there is some like items in here, both for kids and adults, that can kind of go along with the makeup if you want to go full on in with that. Otherwise, there is some unique merch in here. There is some stuff I really like in Dark Universe, and there's some stuff I really don't like. Some of the merch I'm a big fan of. I really like kind of the old school, like low-key kind of merch where it's not as in your face, but some of the merch is really in your face. Not all of it's bad though. I really like some of these shirts. There's some really unique jackets too in here, so if you're looking for any of that, this is a decent sized gift shop, but we do have a bigger one over at the exit of Monsters Unchained. The Manor Storehouse is our exit gift shop for Monsters Unchained, the Frankenstein experiment. So as you're exiting the ride, you're obviously going to come through, but if you are interested in just shopping, you can walk right off to the right side and enter the shop through there. This is kind of the main gift shop for this land, because the other one's just kind of small. This one is a major gift shop. It is pretty big, has some really nice theming, obviously all themed to the manor and kind of a storehouse feel. If you're looking for any sort of Monsters merch, any Dark Universe merch, you're going to find it in this shop because it is the biggest one here. Again, some of the merch I really enjoy in this land, and some of it I don't. I would really like to see some more merch though, because I do feel like this land is one of the ones that got kind of less than the others, but hopefully we'll see that a little bit later on. Again, the theming in here is great. I think this shop looks super good. I love the manor vibe to it, and it fits really well with the ride that you just got off if you're heading through the shop. And our last shop here in Dark Universe is going to be the Guild of Mystics right in front of Curse of the Werewolf. Obviously, with where it is and being the name, you're going to mainly find werewolf merch here. So if you're looking for anything specifically werewolf, you're going to find it here. I do like the merch at this location. Both the shirt and the necklace I think are super, super cool. I obviously own the necklace, and my dad owns the shirt that we did talk about when we first went to Epic Universe for the first time. Again, if you're looking for anything specifically werewolf, this is a nice little outdoor shop here right in front of Curse of the Werewolf. Now we're going to be rounding the lake and heading to our next portal that is going to be Harry Potter in the Ministry of Magic. Specifically, the outdoor French area is going to have the majority of our shops. So that means it's time for me to butcher every single word in every single one of these sentences. So give me a break. I'm going to try my best here. The first gift shop we're going to come to on the left side, it's kind of right in front of the show, is Les Galeries Mirifiques. Honestly not sure on that one. This is going to be a kind of house themed gift shop. So your Slytherin, your Gryffindor, your Ravenclaw, your Hufflepuff, if you're looking for merch for them, this is going to have a lot of that. This is also going to have the robes in it. And then it also has a bunch of Niffler merch, and the Niffler slippers are very cute. So if you're looking for any stuff like that, this is going to be the shop for you. Its theming isn't super heavy like some of the other shops. It still is very nice. And it is in theme, but it's just not super heavily themed. It's just themed to kind of like a corner shop in the French area of this Potterland. So again, I think it looks very nice. It's just not super heavily themed. But again, if you're looking for any of that house merch, if you're looking for any special bags or anything to carry your wands in, this is going to be the spot for you. On the right side of the land, right across the way from that previous store, is going to be Rammelle. That is going to be the honeydukes of this land. It's just a different company running it this time. So you're going to find a few different options in here, but you still will find chocolate frogs and anything you know from the other lands. But they do have like a macaroon counter here and like a bakery counter with a few different things. And again, they have a lot of exclusive treats in this land. One thing I will say about this park, they do a really good job making lots of exclusive stuff. And I love to see that because it feels like you're getting something that nobody else can get. And that's the same with this store. Obviously, again, this doesn't feel that different from Honeydukes. It's a candy store in the Potter universe. It's very fantastical. It has a lot of big treat items and stuff. So if you're looking for a treat Potter themed, head over to this shop right at the front of the land. And what most people will be excited for is going to be the wand shop and the wand maker in this land, Cosme acajor. I'm not going to try to say the last two parts because I cannot find a way to pronounce them. So I'm going to put it up on screen and you can take a jab at it. But this is going to be the wand maker that obviously isn't Ollivander's. This is not going to have a show experience, but that is in theme with the land too. But this is going to have all your wand options, all the new wands that are exclusive to Epic Universe, that some of them are really, really cool. I will want to mention right now that not all these new wands have the new 2.0 experiences. So if you didn't know, just a little bit ago, Universal rolled out 2.0 wands that connect to the app now, have more functionality, have lights in them, and also have some new quest experiences. Most of the new ones in this area aren't going to have that experience with it. So if you don't really care about that, you don't have to buy specifically one of the 2.0 wands. But I would like to see Universal add these newer type of wands to those 2.0 experiences because some of them are just really cool and I want one, but I don't really want a 1.0 one. Otherwise, this shop is super pretty. Again, the wands are super pretty. Again, it's a wand shop. It's not that different from Ollivander's. You can see wands littered all over the places, cases all up the staircases and stuff. It's very cool. It's a lot cleaner than Ollivander's. Obviously, like cleaner by I mean thematically cleaner. And again, the wand maker does come out in this shop and all around the land. And she's very funny. I've seen a lot of clips of her. I've never met her myself, but I have seen a lot of clips and I do think she's quite funny. So if you're looking for a wand, right back here. And we come to our last gift shop of the land that is going to be at the end of the Battle of the Ministry of Magic. Again, you can enter the store without riding the ride, called Tour and Floo. That is just going to be a Metro Floo themed gift shop here. So it's going to have a lot of the Ministry merch and the Metro Floo merch. So if you're looking specifically for either of those two things, go to this shop at the end of the Battle of the Ministry of Magic. This obviously, again, still themed to the Ministry of Magic inside, so it kind of has that office feel to it that the rest of the ride has. Again, most of this merch in here is going to be Metro, Floo, and Ministry, but you will find some house merch and some Time Turner merch. If you've ridden the ride, you'll know. But again, I think this is overall a nice looking gift shop. Again, smaller gift shop. It's an exit gift shop, so it's not going to be a major gift shop. But again, if you're looking for either of those things that I mentioned, head over to Tour and Floo. And finally, we come to our last land, that is How to Train Your Dragon Isle of Berk. Most of the gift shops in this land are kind of bunched up, so we're going to be heading all the way over to the center into our first gift shop that is going to be the exit to Hiccup's Wing Gliders, called Hiccup's Workshop. With the name of Hiccup's Workshop, you obviously expect it to be a workshop, and that's what you get. You get a lot of schematics all around. You get things he's working on, prototypes, and just general like tools laying about. And there's like a loft area with a lot of stuff up there. Again, this merchandise location is just insanely themed. That's one thing I can give Universal about anything they've been doing as of late, is their theming inside shops, restaurants, and all indoor locations is just unreal. And this is one of those locations that I just think is so pretty if you really spend the time to actually look at it. Obviously, a lot of people are just exiting the ride, so they're just going to walk right through this gift shop and not even pay attention to that. But I appreciate the theming. This gift shop is going to have, again, the exclusive merch in here is going to be all themed to Hiccup's Wing Gliders. So if you're looking for anything specifically Hiccup's Wing Gliders, you're going to find it in here. Otherwise, you're going to find some of the generic land merch that you can't find in a couple of the other shops we are going to be talking about. But again, if you're looking for something specific, make sure to check out all these stores. And if you see something you like, just mark it in your memory if you want to grab it later, or just grab it right then. Right across the way from the workshop and mead hall, we're going to be coming to How to Treat Your Dragon and Viking Traders. These are two gift shops kind of tied into one. One's going to be more of a bakery, kind of like previously like Captain Cacao's shop at the front. So this is going to have a bakery counter, some different sweets, all themed to the How to Train Your Dragon universe. Again, some of these sweets in here are super cool. And again, the bakery counter is going to have some exclusive stuff that is exclusive to this shop in the land. So if you're looking at for anything special for How to Train Your Dragon treat wise, this is going to be a spot for you. Again, a lot of people are going to be looking for those because I've heard there's a lot of How to Train Your Dragon fans entering this park, so this is definitely going to be a popping location as the park opens to the public. And right next to it, attached to the same building, is Viking Traders. This is, again, another just kind of generic gift shop. I think this is probably the most generic out of all of them. There is a couple of small things here and there that is exclusive to the shop. Some cool statues. I think they have some like Viking weaponry and stuff, like foam weaponry. But for the most part, you're going to find some just small things in here. It's not a super big store. It is pretty tight in here, and it can be very tight if there is a lot of people getting through there. But again, if you're looking for anything to get a treat, or if you're looking for anything for the little ones, Viking Traders and How to Treat Dragon might be a good stop. And the only gift shop not in this cluster, we're going to be heading all the way over to Untrainable Dragon. That is the show experience in this land, to Toothless Treasures. Toothless Treasures is just kind of an exit gift shop, but it does have a lot of the dragons merch. So if you're looking for specifically stuff to do with dragons from the movies, you're going to find it here. And I believe this is the only location where you can also hatch your own dragon. So they have these like little dragon pouches that you get, and it's like an egg, and then you can do it like a hatching ceremony that they do at the counter. And then when you open it up, and you can put the lid kind of on the bottom, and it becomes kind of a carrying bag. This is obviously going to be great for kids and adults alike. If you really like How to Train Your Dragon, you're going to love that experience. I've seen it happen a couple times. And again, if you're looking for any specific dragon merch, this is going to have it. The stuff for kids, like costumes and shirts, and there is stuff for adults too. This shop is, again, kind of generic. This is a little bit more of a generic shop, but it does have the 3 baby dragons sleeping above the counter, and I think that's super cute. And again, it's all themed to just Vikings and one of their buildings. And that leaves us heading towards the front of the park. So we're going to be heading right back up to Celestial Park, right up to the front entrance. And if you were coming in or heading out, if you're coming in, it's going to be on the right. If you're heading out, it's going to be on your left. We're going to come across North Star Wintry Wonders. That is going to be the Christmas gift shop. And inside the same shop is going to be Sensorium Emporium. So we'll start off with the first part of it. That is North Star Wintry Wonders. That is going to be obviously Christmas themed. You're going to find multiple Christmas themed merch that is exclusive to this park. So there's a lot of Dark Universe stuff. There's like a Dark Universe tree skirt, ornaments. There is Potter ornaments that I do believe some of them we've seen before, some of them are going to be exclusive to this park. But again, if you're looking for anything Christmassy, especially when Christmas rolls around, this is a permanent Christmas shop. I love permanent Christmas shops because obviously you're not always going to be here at Christmas to buy that stuff. If you want to hang anything on your tree or get a cool tree skirt, and that's going to be over here. There's also some Captain Cacao merch in here that I think's kind of weirdly out of place, but there is like a bucket hat that's super cute. And then I also wanted to mention the theming in here obviously kind of looks like Santa's workshop, and there is like a conveyor belt up above, and you can actually see Earl the Squirrel, like a plush of Earl that goes through the chute, and then there is a screen off to the side that you can't see him fall into Santa's sack that I think is super cute and a fun little nod to the other parks. And then the Sensorium Emporium isn't much. There isn't a whole lot here. Most of the stuff in here is headwear or like kind of stuff you would wear. So like clothing, but there is a lot of headwear in here because this is actually our PhotoPass location. So kind of themed it to PhotoPass with it making like kind of stuff you'd see in your photo being the main merch here. And it's just kind of got almost a steampunk theme to the counter. And again, if you're looking for anything PhotoPass related, getting PhotoPass for the day, getting your photos at the end of the day, it's going to be right here at the front of the park. And that brings us back to the front of the park, right where we started off. Obviously, we didn't go fully over in depth about what merch is in each land. I give you kind of a vague overview of what you're going to find in each land. Let me know if you want me to go land by land one time and get you a full merch tour. If that's something you're interested in, please let me know down below because I would love to do more of stuff for Epic Universe. I love this park. I'm going a lot more over the next few days. And obviously I will be there opening day to do an opening day video for you guys, so stay tuned for that. But again, if you want to see anything else Epic Universe related, please just let me know. I'll do my best to get as much of that done as possible. But I want to thank you for watching. I hope this video was a little informational and it brought a little joy into your day, and we'll see you guys next time.